Wants to hear my ringtone, it's now on silent. Please turn your phones on silent. We have a lot of awards to present tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of awards to present tonight. We, and I mean we, Don and all of the board that he has here, want to recognize everybody. We want to recognize each and every one of you that deserve this for a great year in nationwide conference USSSA. Those of you on the far side of the room need to hold it down. That's what I'm talking about. Before we get started, I want to do some introductions. Out in the room in the back, they're filming for us and videoing. Got Paul O'Leary, Matt O'Hara. Those guys in the video group doing a great job for us. That's Bernie Gunther's group. He wasn't able to be with us tonight. His people are in there. Steve Saluk on the camera right here, our IT guy. What a great guy. He's an absolute genius. Probably the most intelligent guy I've ever met in my life. We have our announcers. We've got Jeff Brown, who does the Men's Major World Series, also MCs our Hall of Fame Banquet at the National Meeting, Mr. Jeff Brown, and his dad, Paul. We have Mr. Ken Franzine, Mr. Statistician. Greatest guy on the stats you ever want to see. Keeps point streak for us, everything. Next table we have Rachel from the national office. She takes all your pictures. Lovely Rachel. Stafford Connor, USSSA Today, the best sports magazine in the country. Stafford Connor. Mr. Elliott Clark out of Arizona helps tournament direct here, does the Men's Major World Series. Tournament director out of Arizona, Mr. Elliott Clark. To my far left, right here at the head table, Mr. Fix-It, T.R. Brockwell. Our golf cart flat tires today, he fixed it, already here tonight. Anything that ever needs fixing, TR is the #1 guy. Wendy Brockwell, his wife, she is the money lady. If you owe any money, I guarantee you you'll pay her, and she will not, she'll chase you down. Wendy Brockwell. Next to her, the lovely Miss Stacy Loving, she handles all the stats that come through. She's our insurance lady. She does all kinds of stuff at the national office. The lovely Stacy. Lori Timmons, she's probably out there trying to get people to hush. She handles everything as far as emails, the whole conference stuff. I mean, Lori, you know what you need to do. You talk to Lori. To my right, Governor of New Mexico, Kevin Negley. He is executive board member, executive vice president of the board. He handles everything west of the Mississippi. Him and I go way back. One of the great guys in USSSA, Kevin Negley. Next to Kevin, one of Don's assistant executive directors from Concord, California, the one and only world famous Danny Brown. I don't think I left anybody out as far as, like I said, the video guys, Paul and Matt. They're streaming this live for us. And now is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you the man that's made nationwide conference USSSA possible and has taken this program to heights that nobody ever thought would be possible. He takes a beating on all kinds of boards. He gets blamed for all kinds of stuff. And all he wants to do is provide the most professional softball place for you to play. That's each one of you. He does not get the credit he deserves. He's the CEO, executive director, chairman of the board, the man responsible for nationwide conference USSSA, Don DeDonatis.
Thank you, Rick. Thanks for those kind words. Well, first of all, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here tonight and congratulate all the players, coaches, managers, sponsors, and umpires, and the staff for making Conference USSSA the success it is today. Special thanks to Nationwide Insurance for their support for this 2012 season. 7 years ago, we started Conference USSSA with the idea of giving you a place to play week in and week out against the best competition, the best umpires, standardized softballs, championship tournament lodging, a website specifically designed for the conference, accumulate and report stats, awards, an all-conference team, MVPs, offensive players, defensive player of the year. The goal of the USSSA conference was to provide you with the major league experience. We are to give you 6 tournaments, a conference championship, berths to the ABC Worlds. 24 teams, the top 24 teams were going to receive $2,000 travel money, and then we were going to give you room nights for all those events. It's went to 28 teams this year, and proud to say that we have had 5 teams this year B, accumulating $4,000 travel money. So with all this happening, we survived successfully. We've averaged over 30 teams per tournament this year. We have now live streaming on selective events. We've instituted live scoring as well to give you the major league experience and atmosphere. And now we have a deal signed with ESPN. And we have a 5-year contract with ESPN now to show the home running contest and some games at Wild World of Sports during our major World Series, with the intention of more TV coverage of all of our events during the year. We're also talking to other stations, so we have survived successfully now to take this to the next level, and we couldn't do it without everybody in this room and all the sponsors. You need to give yourself a big hand here. Please give yourself a hand. And the amazing thing is, in this economy and how things have went, and we see how we are over the last 5, 6, 7 years, we did this without raising an entry fee. We did this without taking anything away that we promised you. We rose to the occasion, and we exceeded all of our goals that we set 7 years ago. I'm proud to say that this year the parity is getting better and better. We are now like Major League Baseball. We've had 22 events this year with 10 different winners. Unheard of over the past in this upper program. You just seen what happened this weekend. It's a shame that some of the teams that are here with that talent have not won, but what you've seen this weekend is a fantastic thing for softball in general at the upper level, because the young talent coming into this game now, and we have a place for them to come and want to be here. It ain't about forcing teams to move up anymore. You're going to want to move up. Teams are going to want to play in this thing. The problem's going to be is when do we shut it off? Several calls over the past month or so about new teams. We want to play. We want to play. We're looking at new sites, more sites. The bigger we get, the more tournaments we'll have without watering down. So the future of this USSSA nationwide conference is phenomenal, and it's mind-boggling. I can't sleep at nights to think about where this thing could go. So again, we can't help but thank all the sponsors that are here and all you players. And I appreciate all the support of the guys who are here in this banquet tonight. Our Hall of Famers and best players in the world are here sitting around this table for us, and that's the respect. And I appreciate everything you guys being here tonight. About a year ago, I think at this time, we had a C team in Florida that was made a B team around August or so. Not happy about it, but we moved them up. And I think this is what we need to strive for in this league, is we need to make sure people move up and play where they're supposed to be. We made him a B team, and he's got a very good team. And I think we got to acknowledge him tonight because he ended up the 3rd team in Conference USSSA with overall points, and that is DeMarini Dirty and Mike West. Great job. You hear so many times about, and all you see on these web, why are B teams playing and why are they letting these teams play? Well, that's how you get people to want to play. That's how you get people to see and get a taste of what big-time softball can be. We had another team that went to Michigan this year with ranked with a 32 seed in the overall. New team this year, and come out of Michigan with the 15th seed and the berth to the Major World Series. I think we got to give a nice round of applause to Reds, Herb Price and the Reds Astro team for what they've done. Well, we're here tonight to recognize all the ones that have excelled this year. We'll be honoring all 21 teams that are participating in the present conference championships this weekend. And more specifically, 64 players and 3 coaches. These players were selected the way we do, similar to the way we do things week in and week out. The top teams get more players on the all-tournament team, and it moves down as we go on. The first team has to have a minimum of 180 at-bats. The top 2 teams in the country, the major teams, will only have participation on the first team. They will not have any present on the second team. To be on the second team, you need a minimum of 120 at-bats. So if you're seeing some people's names and somebody that may not be on here, it's because the qualification are not there. This year, the stats were closely monitored, and there were some additional measures that were put in place to confirm the information submitted that they were reported correctly. Because of the inconsistency of some of the teams in 2013, but we will still have at least one player that will receive an honor this year in the statistics that were reported. Next year, we're going to have it different. Next year, you will comply with whatever the way the system will be. There will be no award given out. There'll be a warning today. We need to have the stats. If we're going to honor people, we want to make sure they deserve it and that they have the stats reported just like everybody else. But here's the breakdown of the awards this year, just in case anybody wants to know. Rosmondo is winning the conference. We'll have 9 players. Laser Vision 7, Dirty DeMarini 7, Norcap 6, Team 454 4, Shop 4, Taja 3, and etc. At this time, I'd like to bring up the highest finishing B team this year for the second year from Down to Earth Sports, Andrew Doberly. Come on, get your award for the highest finishing B team this year. Congratulations, Andrew. The highest finishing A team in 2012 is DeMarini Dirty Mike West. Come on, Mike. Congratulations, buddy. This next gentleman has been, we got to congratulate him. This is for the 7th consecutive year receiving this honor. He's a member of our Hall of Fame. 7 out of 9 years, the men's major world champion, and all 7 years, the USSSA, Conference USSSA overall points, Travis Rosmondo. Now, for our 2012 Class B all-conference team, come up and get your watch, and then after we're done with the banquet, instead of trying to get pictures, we'll be moving that screen over there in the corner, and you'll be taking team pictures after this thing is over. So get your watch, come in, pick it up, and then we'll take pictures after. Just go back and sit. First base from Magic Easton, Todd Pease. Outfield from Magic Easton, Matt Tyndall. Shortstop from Reds Astros, Travis Dale. Outfield from Reds Astros, Wally Maybrier. Shortstop from Beaufort Worth, Kyle Pearson. No? Not here? He's in the back. Second base from Beaufort Ford, Ricky Hamons. He's coming. Outfield from Line Drive, Corey Large. Third base from Line Drive, Matthew Rear. Pitcher from West Shore Pizza, Greg Neal. Second base from West Shore Pizza, Scotty Lankford. Outfield from Brazzuni Sports, Justin Stewart. Pitcher from Brazzini, Don Pleasance. Catcher from P&P 333 Combat, Josh Onstadt. First base from P&P 333 Combat, Dave Andrus. Shortstop from Primetime, Earl Bryant. Pitcher from Primetime, Dennis Davidson. Not here. Outfield from B&B Sears, David Barnum. Yeah. Shortstop from B&B Sears, Celentino Jacinto. Let's give a big hand to the Class B USSSA 2012 All-Conference team. Second team All-Conference. Pitcher from 454, Andy Vitek. I know this gentleman is not here. He's in the hospital, and we wish him well. Scotty Brown, Team Combat, catcher. Utility from Taja Suncoast, Dustin Roberts. Utility from NorCap, Kevin Philby. Utility from R&M, Joseph Gordon. Joseph Gordon. There he comes. Joseph Gordon here. Utility, Team Combat, Johnny McCraw. Utility, Down to Earth, Chavez Clark. First base from West Coast Dorflinger, Stephen Lopez. Second base from Taja Suncoast Reebok, Victor Cordova. Third base from NorCap, Joey Formosa. Shortstop from DeMariti Dirty, Stephen Lloyd. Middle infield from NorCap, J.D. Jenner. Outfield from DeMarini Dirty, Andrew Collins. Outfield from Shop TPS, Robert Blackburn. Good job, buddy. Outfield from Team 454, Jason Branch. Put the hat on the other way. Outfield, TaylorMade, Jeremy Yates. Outfield, Shop TPS, Kyle Cowart. Give a hand for your 2012 second team all-conference. Why don't you get one of these awards out? The first team, all-conference team, will be receiving the USSSA, the watch, and this nice, I call it the Academy Award. Each guy will receive this and a watch for the first team on the all-conference team. Pitcher, 742 on base, 48 home runs, 136 RBIs. From Rosmondo, Andy Purcell. Pitcher, 696, 25. Home runs, 105 RBIs. From NorCap, Travis Clark. Catcher, 706, 80 home runs, 214 RBIs from Laser Vision, Brett Helmer. Brett is also a member of our USSSA National Hall of Fame. Catcher, 750. 58 home runs, 165 RBIs. From Team 454, Kyle Moyer. Utility, 716, 37 and 107 RBIs. From Rosmondo, B.J. Folk. These I'm going to jump around a little bit. Yeah. Going to first base. I'm going to just throw a utility in every couple of players. First base, 756, 56 home runs and 163 RBIs from Laser Vision, Scott Kirby. First base, 736 with 90 home runs and 231 RBIs from NorCap, Brett McCullum. Utility, 742, 56 home runs and 139 RBIs from Rismondo, Jeremy Eisenhower. Second base, 756, 99 home runs and 260 RBIs from Rismondo, Greg Cannell. Second base, batting 726, 59 home runs and 153 RBIs from DeMarini Dirty, Adam Rockoff. Utility, 641, 27 home runs and 90 RBIs from DeMarini Dirty, David Moore. At the bar. We'll take the next one. I can call the next one. Third base, 775, 68 home runs and 189 RBIs from Rismondo, Jimmy Salas. Third base, 776, 67 home runs and 179 RBIs from Shop GPS, Lee Powers. Utility, 709, 65, 174 from Laser Vision, Sam Lopez. Shortstop, 765, 81 home runs and 207 RBIs From Team 454, Chad Durrett. Here. Shortstop, 775, 49, 145 RBIs from Laser Vision, Bryson Baker. Behind you. Utility, 656, 27 home runs and 97 RBIs from DeMarini Dirty, Terry Baggs. Middle infield, 746, 89 home runs and 142 RBIs from Rosmondo, Bubba Mack. Middle infield, 726, 88, 233 RBIs from Laser Vision, Kevin Kennington. Outfield, 749, 41 home runs and 124 RBIs from Laser Vision, Rick Baker. .753, 87 home runs and 223 RBIs from Laser Vision, Brian Wegman. .746, 61 home runs, 178 RBIs from NORCAP, Donovan Petraka. .710, 29, 116 from DeMarini Dirty, Nick Santana. .716, 28 and 86 from Rosmondo, Bobby Hughes. You got the women's watches. Should we do that? .704, 40 home runs, 125 RBIs, Scott Strable from Rosmondo. Utility, 682, 63 RBIs, DeMarini Dirty, Chris Wilson. You can't have a team without a manager. The all-conference manager for 2012 from Rosmondo, John Rector. All right, we're moving along pretty good here. Before we give it over, I'm going to turn this over to Rick for a few special awards. I want to acknowledge some of the special presentation for some of the staff, and they will also receive a watch. We have a nice women's watch for the girls and the people who've worked USSSA this year, Conference USSSA. Special thanks to, let's give another round of applause for Lori Timmons, please. Lori. Where are they at? Wendy Brockwell. Stacy Loving. Rachel Goosens. Steve Saluk. Tom O'Hara, who's not here right now. Tom does our marketing. Bernie Gunther, who's not here. He's out doing some work. Matt O'Hara is in the back. Paul O'Leary. My assistant executive director, Danny Brown. Danny. And executive vice president, Kevin Nagley. T.R. Brockwell, Mr. Fix-It here. And Elliot Clark. Elliot, our World Series director, conference director. You'll see him running everything west. Elliot Clark. Got the Elliot one? No. And last but not least, we couldn't do all this with every week in and week out. He's out there with you. He's out every day. He's out at night. He's there from the beginning of the tournament till the end. He's making sure the bats. He's making sure the umpires. He's got a lot on his shoulders there. He's fighting the reins. He's looking at things. Hall of Famer, my guy here that helped make this whole thing happen, Rick Robertson.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate that. Wow, congratulations to everybody. We're still not through. We have a few specialty awards. This time I'd like to bring up Mr. Dennis Turner, DT, from Louisville Slugger. Right up front, DT, you're going to present our 2012 Conference USSSA Home Run Champion. He's from TPS, Shop TPS. He's back-to-back World Series Home Run Derby champion with 122 home runs, Mr. Timmy Coco. I'll say this. I know people's talk about solo home runs and hitting home runs. Timmy Coco could have probably set the new record when we were in the Last Chance in Michigan, but he refused to hit a solo home run, and then, by God, he hurt his knee when he was trying to run out a single. I think he might have set the record. We want to congratulate Timmy on a great, great year. Also a reminder, these gentlemen are also a part of our all-conference team, the Specialty Awards. The highest on-base percentage champion for 2012 is from Taja Reebok, Mr. Dennis Ruley, with an 820 on-base percentage. Ruley. Once again, DT from Louisville Slugger presenting this award to Dennis Ruley and his son. Easy. Our next award, Mr. Danny Brown and Kevin Nagley will present This is our Defensive Player of the Year. He was recognized for the most Defensive Player of the Year on tournaments throughout the year. He's a guy that if I was choosing every week, I would start my all-defensive team with none other than Don DeDonatis III, shortstop from Rismondo. Say what you want, the boy can pick it. I'll say this, and nobody had told me, not his daddy, not Junior. He struggled all year on the plate. He's been injured throughout the year with his legs and his arm. You can say what you want. This kid can play ball. He deserves these awards. I promise you, he wouldn't tell anybody he's hurt at all. The kid had a great year. Congratulations, Donnie. Now I want to bring back Don to present the other awards. Yeah, let me do those first. I'm going to do the umpires. Excuse me? You're going to stay there? You're going to stay there. We're going to do something. Just stay there. I'm going to bring Donnie back right now, but I still want you guys to stay there. Our second annual John Glidewell Award. Junior does a great job presenting this each year. Those of you, he'll tell you the story behind this. And Donnie, if you would, if you'll come up and present this.
Thanks, Rick. Just to give a little background, this is the second year of the John Glidewell Award. I was fortunate enough to play with John for about 5 years. I spoke last year. I'm not going to say everything again, but basically John was, for anyone who knew him, probably as good a person and player that I've ever had a chance to play with in my 15 years of playing. Unfortunately, we lost John almost, it'll be 2 years ago, I believe, in November. And obviously, those who knew him, like I said, he was as good as it got. So I feel privileged to be up here and be one of his good friends to try to keep John's name in the softball community and acknowledge what he has done. And again, like I said, the player he was, and he was a very, very good one, is not even close to the person he was. And that's not even, words can't even describe, for those of you who knew him, how much truer that could be. So this year's winner is a person that I got to know a little better this year. He's a phenomenal player. He actually reminds me a lot of John. Plays the same position and has a bright, bright future in this game for a very long time. He's a great teammate, great person, and like I said, you're going to be seeing his name for a long time, not only as one of the best players, but one of the best people. This year's John Glidewell Award winner, Lee Powers, Gene Chop.
Make sure to get Donnie up in there. That's not going to happen from Lee Powers. You might say four words all year, let alone all weekend. Good catch. Congratulations, Lee. That's a great award. More than deserving, sir. You did a wonderful job. Congratulations. Right now, I want to introduce you the guys that don't get enough credit all year long. They work real hard, and I tell you what, they put up with a lot. I can tell you some of you give them more trouble than probably you need to, but these guys work hard. They travel the country, a lot of them on their own expense, and Don takes a great pride in sending them, but these guys want to make sure that you get the best, and they give it that. First of all, I want to introduce you to Mr. Larry Lofton, who's my guy, my right-hand guy, travels the country doing bat checks. He's the guy that's going to tell you if your bat passes or fails, Mr. Larry Lofton. Next up, I want to introduce you to Rob Mantlow out of North Carolina. He'll be in the Men's Major World Series this year. Following him, new guy this year, Mr. Lee Eggers, Rockford, Illinois. Old standby, one of the oldest guys out there, Mr. Easy, Dwayne Pasovich. Michigan Hall of Famer, soon to be hopefully in our National Hall of Fame, Mr. Dwayne Pasovich. Following him, Mr. Jason Oberlag from Arkansas was inducted this year into the Arkansas USSSA Hall of Fame. Following him in the lime green, Mr. Ken Hawk. Come on up, Mr. Ken, out of Arkansas. One of the guys that helped us all year long, came a long way, Mr. Bobby Wolford. Town and Country Barbershop, Greenwood, Arkansas. Also Fort Chaffee with the Colonel. Thank you, Bobby. Oh, yeah, next up in the purple, none other than the one and only Chuck Doc Beckwell, National Hall of Famer. Last year's Conference Umpire of the Year Award winner. Next up, we call him Biscuit, out of Arkansas, Brian Biscuit. Out of Massachusetts, Mr. Mike McKinney, also World Series umpire, made like 10, 11 conference tournaments this year, Mr. Mike McKinney. Oh, yeah, here you go. Y'all remember Don Toto Lombard, retired, came back again. He's not retired. Hopefully he gets a chance to do a lot more next year. Bringing up the rear, the one and only world famous Tony Walzak. He was inducted into the Michigan USSSA Hall of Fame. These are your conference USSSA umpires. They're your Men's Major World Series umpires. And at this time, I would like to announce our second annual Nationwide Conference USSSA Umpire of the Year. This kid works hard. He hustles probably more than anybody we have. He sets the pace. He's been through, let me tell you right now, the kid survived cancer. He's had some things he's had to deal with. But I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, this kid deserves this award, and his name is Mr. Jason Oberlag. Danny Brown and Kevin Negley will present that award. It's a brotherhood with these guys. I tell you right now, I'm proud of each and every one of them. They're the best of the best. Any one of them could receive this award, I promise you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your umpires. Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, go sit down. All right, we have a few more awards. I'd like to bring back once again Mr. Don DiDonatis.
Thank you, Mitch. Good job, guys. Congratulations, umpires. Billy Messina, would you please stand? Billy? Billy Messina this year, people, will be inducted into the National Hall of Fame in Temecula, California. Let's recognize him. Congratulations, bud. We're down to the last few awards here. These are very important here. These awards are harder and harder to give every year. We sit down, we talk. As a committee, we try to look at stats. Stats don't always mean everything because there's certain team players that are on certain teams that have a lot of people with stats, and it's hard when you can't hit a home run and you got to try to get a base hit and make an out when somebody else can swing a little freer and under certain conditions. So we don't always look at the final stats. It's what the contributions are to the team overall. We have 2 offensive players this year. We couldn't do one because one just stands out completely unbelievable just because. 750 and 122 home runs is not bad. 330 RBIs, are you kidding me? From Shop TPS, co-offensive player of the year, Timmy Coco. I got a good feeling there that someday here, maybe next year, you'll probably be seeing Timmy's pretty close to that National Hall of Fame himself. So I got to believe everybody in this room here, this is the future of what's going to happen in the men's program in the Hall of Fame. I guarantee you that. If they're not sitting around one of these tables, they're probably not going to be in our Hall of Fame. But anyway, the other co-offensive player of the year, 753, 87 home runs, 223 RBIs, and had a chance and opportunity to watch and how he plays the game and hits and when he needs to hit and how he sacrifices and how he works for the team. From Laser Vision, Brian Wegman. Okay. Congratulations. Now we go to MVP. Again, another problem. We have one guy that sits, first of all, he could have been the offensive player. Then he could have been the defensive player. So when you got somebody that could be the offensive player and somebody who could be the defensive player, obviously in our books that adds up to the MVP. Third baseman from Rismondo, Jimmy Salas. Now, last but not least, we found out this year how valuable one person could be to a team. Obviously, it has nothing to do with anything with offensively to do with any, whether a hit or a home run or whatever it might be, the way I look at it. Unfortunately, he was hurt. And you've seen what happened. Comes back, gets healthy. Best pitcher in the world, Andy Purcell. Rick. Well, I want to congratulate everybody again and all the award winners. And what we'd like to really do now, and you really need to cooperate one more time, and I know we've been only doing this an hour, is anybody who got the team awards for the conference teams, please get with Stafford back over in this corner. We'll use the pictures for all of our publications, for the website, and for wherever we need to have it on. So please come and get your pictures taken. And again, tomorrow, best team win. We got some new winners. It's awesome. It was a great weekend so far. The A was great. Again, congratulations to R&M for winning that A World. And again, I'm going to turn this over to Rick. And thank you very much for all your time. Thank you.
Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you to Don DeDonatis. Also, Danny Brown and Kevin Negley for presenting all the awards tonight. Thanks to our people streaming. I got to pay one special thanks. That's to my fiancée, Anna. She lets us sleep 8, 10 umpires at our house. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate everything you do for us. Ladies and gentlemen, please travel safe. Enjoy your time here as far as the bar and everything, but travel safe. Be there tomorrow. We look forward to you coming back. Also, one other announcement. We want to make sure and remind you, we'll do the home run derby draw at the manager's luncheon for the Men's Major World Series. So make sure we get that taken care of. Once again, all those that got your awards, please meet Stafford for your pictures. Thank you and good night.